Hello everyone and welcome to this evening's open race at the Nürburgring-Sprint GP circuit. I'm Jason Holden-Jones. I'll be your commentator this evening. I'm flying solo this evening, unfortunately, but I'm very much excited to watch the racing this evening. Packed grid of 24 cars this evening, with a number of new names joining in for their first ever race at South Africa. So a lot of new talent on display this evening. We're looking forward to seeing what those guys on debut can produce. Driving obsession in the YouTube chat. Yes, there's a race at 8 o'clock this evening, or the qualifying starting now, and then there'll be another set of races with the qualifying starting just after 9 p.m. this evening. So we just got 6 minutes remaining of this first qualifying session before race one, of course, and it is Gus on pole position with a 34.7 so far. Bastian Spitzner, the man from Germany, is with a 35.1, followed closely by Nazim Edwards with a 35.2. So it's very close up in the front, and expect those times to tumble further. Christopher Langeveld down in 18th position so far, but he's done so very well in the last couple of races with us, and expect to see him right at the top, fighting for possibly pole position in this session. Chris Langeveld in the number 2 BMW, of course. Only one type of car racing this evening, the BMW M235i racing car, made specially by BMW. It's a cup race in the Nürburgring VLN series, marks part of the Nürburgring 24-hour racing events. Fantastic car to drive, not too difficult, but still sort of easy to drive, but challenging to master. Big welcome to Josh Martin in the chat. Thanks for joining us. So it is Gus still leading the standings so far. Chris Langeveld, I just mentioned him, is straight up to second with a 34.9, so just 0.2 off Gus there. And of course, some big names from the Pro Series, our flagship championship, the South African Sim GD Series. Going through the names there, Chris Heineke, of course, normally drives the HRT Porsche in that championship. He's in fourth position so far, followed by Chase Gunter as well. Another driver, of course, Bastian Spitzner there too. Nazim Edwards, another GT driver, Sim GD driver. So is Edwin Govender. And Andre Sparks in 20th position. Expect him to come up. Welcome back to Osman Feli, currently in 21st position. It's great to have him back after a lengthened break he's had now, about 6-7 months or so. So it's great to see Osman back racing with us. Quinton Haroff in the YouTube chat. Hi Quinton, you should be back racing with us sometime, man. Guys in the YouTube chat, if I could just take a confirmation that the audio is fine. Can you hear me? Can you hear the cars? I know, any technical issues before we proceed? I think it's all fine though. Chris Langford still in second, gone down to third position as Chase Gunther puts in a great time at 34.8. You see him up into second position. The Dodge and Gut racing driver normally races for the GT Series. Chase Gunther's up into second position. Just over a minute remaining now. Let's see if anyone can challenge Gus for that valued pole position, of course. Claessen's also quick up into fourth position. I think it's his second ever race evening with us. So Claessen's doing very well. You can see the fast left-right chicane there as it approaches this final corner. So watch Chris Langford nearing finishing yet another flying lap. Let's see, no, he's not quite quick enough. It's actually, that was in fact an out lap, so just starting another flying lap. This will be his last attempt for that pole position. Here is the man on provisional pole position for race 1 this evening. The first race of 4 races, in fact. This qualifying 1 session is for the order for race 1, of course, and then we take a reverse grid starting position system for race 2, which is the top 8 who finished race 1. Reverse themselves to start, sort of the guy who starts finished in 8th position will start from pole position. And the man who finished in 8th, or woman who finished in 8th, will start from pole position. So that's another thing that spices up the racing at Sim Race South Africa. But the clock has run out, and will it be Gus who maintains pole position? Let's go and see who we can find. Maybe we can find somebody on a good lap. At the moment, is Conrad van Wyk just 2 tenths up on his Delta. Where will that see him? He will stay in 8th position. But no one else is bettering their best Delta time so far. So, as far as I'm concerned, is Gus will start from pole position. There's Quinter from 2nd, Chris Langefeld from 3rd, Bastian Spitzner from 4th. As suddenly we see Chris Langefeld put in a great lap time to notch him 2nd position ahead of Chase Quinter. Bastian Spitzner in 4th position, Klaassen in 5th, Chris Heinecke in 6th. And Azim Edwards in 7th position. Now I need to remember to leave the grid when the race starts, otherwise I will be adding another chicane to the track, like I did for the last race about 2 weeks ago. We don't want to see that happen again. However, about 50 seconds before the field joins the grid. Yeah, great, Quentin. Great to have you back and your cousin back racing. The new season actually starts it'll probably be the 2nd week of September, so it's good timing if you guys want to get back into it. Great to see some of your beautiful skinning work happening as well, your paint work that you do for your cars as well. Got a minute to go before the field starts the formation lap, where you'll see them pulling off slowly now to join single file formation, and then they will maintain pace around the first lap of the race. You only speed up to race players from the second last corner. In fact, there will just be 11 race laps per race this evening. We've got 30 seconds to go. Reminding all the drivers about the formation lap. We'll go through the field again. Is Gus on pole position? Someone, I think this might be one of his very first rounds, if not sort of the second or third round he's been with us. Nevertheless, proving fantastic pace. Chris Langeveld in second position, been pretty quick over the last couple of weeks. Again, proving his pace. Chris Heineke in third position, strong run for him. Sean Layton, he is a man on debut here at the Nürburgring for a Sim Race South Africa race change. Going to in fifth position, Bastian Spitzner from sixth, Larsens from seventh on his second round with us, Nazim Edwards in eighth, Conrad van Beek in ninth. Good to see him back racing with us. Ryan Ottens in 10th position. Wesley Verant was proved very quick during the last couple of months. Expect him to be fighting his way up the order. Tim Smith in 12th position and Mark McGinn 13th. But we're about to start this race, and it is Gus who started the race. Off we go. Very quick formation lap that was. And Gus has got a very determined Chris Langeveld behind him. And down the long main straight we go to the very tight right-handed that is turn one. That could cause a lot of action here. And here comes Chris Langeveld up the inside. It's late braking. Has he got him? No, he hasn't got him. And Gus sweeps around him, but he's run wide. Where's Chris? Here he is now, looking on the outside of turn two, but that's not going to work. Gus goes defensive, does very well indeed. Chris Heineke in third position. I think he's moved up to upper position there, as we see Gus as... Oh, he's made contact with Chris Langeveld, but Langeveld is through. So good move there through the Mercedes-Benz arena there for Chris Langeveld. He goes to the lead of this race, and we've got Chris Heineke very aggressive under braking up into second, but then he loses his position back to Gus, and there's action all the way up and down the field. I can hardly keep up to date with what's going on, but we're going to stay with our leaders for the moment. Chris Heineke looks like to be a man on the mission. Ralph, me too. You could join probably in the 9 o'clock slot, happening about an hour time too. If you could register on the forum, I can probably get you the password. Right, so Gus is in third position. Sean Layton, wow, in debut is in fourth position. So great result as Bastian Spitzer takes advantage of a mistake there by Layton, and so does Claessens. Out the inside he goes. And Spitzner's the way in fourth. Let's have a look what's happening at the front. It is Chris still leading this race. Chris Heineke in second, so it's a battle of the Chris's at the front. And Gus, I'm sorry, your name's not Chris, but you're in third position. Let's see what you can do about it. Bastian Spitzner, oh, that's some action in the back. Who's turned around? Somebody's been turned around, and that is Chase Quinter, our quick man. So he's down to 15th position. Another, someone else is falling back. That's Leighton, our man on debut. He's right up into 4th position, but unfortunately, he's down in 16th now, looking to retire, I think. So I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Leandro Sparks in 19th. He joined a bit later on Ruan, also on debut, I think. All-wheel drive Nate as well. I think that's what AUWD stands for. Stefan Sparks in 22nd. But it is Chris Langefeld who's leading the field on lap 3 of 12. Race 1, and he's looking to make his intentions known by possibly winning this race. But let's see if Chris Heineke or Gus has got anything to say about that. And Bastian Split in 4th, of course. Claessen's getting absolutely sideways through the NGK chicane. And Nazim Edwards now up into 6th position in the yellow BMW. Edwards on a mission. Conrad van Wyk in 7th, followed closely by Tim Smith. We're going to go on board with Tim Smith, facing down Conrad for 7th position. Brought me to, we normally run the open racing every Wednesday night. So if you sort of keep checking the forums and stuff, you'll quickly see. Well, you can check our race calendar, of course, as well. It's all mapped out there. I don't think I've scheduled the race just yet for next week Wednesday, but there will be one. But this evening, the next round of races is just after 9 o'clock in the 9 p.m. server. See the description in the lobby. But it's all very tight here at the Nürburgring as Nazim Edwards gives Claessen's a bit of a kiss there, reminding him to get a move on. Let's have a look down the field. Yeah, let's see what else is happening. Tim Smith in 8th. Ryan Otter. Whoa, is he Tim Smith going farming? Doing a bit of grass cutting there. He does not lose a position to Ryan Ottens. Always there for front. Once past Ottens. Into the NGK chicane. We've got late braking. Not too late. You've got to get a good run out of the second part of the chicane towards the final corner of the track. Oh, we've had action. Oh, there's contact. Edwards, who else is involved? Conrad van Wyk as well. Looks to be a contact, possibly on the exit of the NGK chicane. 3 wide down the main straight. Look at this. Who's got the drag? It looks to be Justin Engel, who's up into 13th position. He's got Chase Quinter slipstreaming him. On board with Quinter. Down towards turn 1 we go. But it is Engel, the latest on the brakes there. And we've got a lot of tight action here. It's all happening. It's all kicking off. Mark McGear wants a piece of action as well. So we'll go on board with Mark McGear. This is where the track differs from the GP circuit. We cut off to a tight right-hander, then back onto the GP circuit layout. McGear now McGear's always been strong in these M235i's. For whatever reason, suits his driving style. Don't normally see him in the front in the GT series, but in this car, he is right up there and could challenge for victories later on. Mark McGear will be a man to watch out for. This is possibly the tightest battle on the track at the moment so far. And want to get a good run through, as I've said before. But those 4 guys pretty even through there. And this corner you can sort of approach from different angles. Good drive onto the main straight by McGear. Looking for the slipstream now if he can get it. Martin's got the measuring so far. Back on board with McGear and they're braking for turn 1. Scrambling for grip out of turn 1. Peter Geldener is now joining the party. in 10th position. He's brought Nazim Edwards along with him after Edwards had his moment in the last couple of laps. But further back, we've got Adrian Govender and Conrad van Beek in a second and looking 2 series. There's Gunther back. There's Justin Ingle in 15th. Leandre Sparks now into 16th. So moving up slowly is Sparks. But the only Sparks man here in the field. Where's Stefan Sparks in this race? Don't see his name now. No, he is, yeah. So Leandre and Stefan. Father-son outfit. Yeah. Now, bruv, I'm not sure if you've raced with us before, but just remember the formation lap, that you don't race off the lights. You sort of join the single file, then only start racing from lap 2. You sort of speed up from the last chicane, the second last corner, and you start racing from lap 2. And if you bump anyone off, just wait for them to rejoin in front of you. That's what you need to know. Osman Felina in 16th position. And he's come back in the 44 BMW 2 Series. But it is Christopher Langeveld still leading this race comfortably. He's got about just over 2-second gap back to Chris Heineke. They've got Coop 387 in the pits. Looks like he's pulled off. But this is our leader, Chris Langeveld, and he's just got around 4.5 laps remaining. Bastian Spitzner in 4th position. Larson's in 5th. Wesley Ferrand in 6th position. Upson's in 7th. And yeah, so Tim Smith now putting the hammer down, 3/10 up on his best all the time. So starting to see the car come to Tim Smith. Tim's proven pretty fast in the GT series in his debut season. Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing how he develops as we go. We've got someone off. Justin Engels pulled off for some reason. Mark McGee in 9th position. And just excuse me for a moment while I sort out Ralph in chat with the password to the server so you can join the racing after 9 o'clock. I'll be right back. Okay, now that Ralph is all kitted out with server entry details, you can get practicing for the second round starting just after 9 o'clock. But right now it is Chris Haneke in second position. Chris Langford, of course, leading this race. And yeah, Gus in third position, just not far behind in third position, must be said. Bastian Spitzner dropped back now, just around 4 seconds behind in fourth position. And let's go and have a look and see what's happening for fifth position. Looks like it's pretty tight between Ferrand and Claessens. This is the closest battle on the field so far. On board with Claessens now. Looking for a good drive onto the back straight. Larsen's running out of time now. He's got about a lap and a bit to put a move. Van Vrij's got a good drive into the final corner. Turns the car very well. Looking for a bit of a toe if he can have it into turn one. But he's going to go for a move up the inside and a braking he goes. No. Runt is a bit late and a bit better than braking, must be said. Runt was clipping the apex nicely as well. Ferrand now safe in fifth position. Larsen's from driving very hard. You can see how late on the brakes he was. Actually a bit too late, causing a bit of understeer into the corner. But for now, there's no one challenging this man, Chris Langeveld, for the win of race 1 in the number 2 car. Chris Langeveld is about to put a lap on all-wheel drive, Nate. I think that's what the AWD stands for. But this is the final lap for Chris Langeveld. Chris Haneke strong in second as well. Gus, of course, the man who started in pole position. Looks like he's going to get third position. So podium finish for Gus is definitely on the cards. Bastian Spitzner in fourth position. I think it's all sideways, but entertaining the crowd through the Mercedes-Benz arena in the BMW. Just a handful of corners now remaining for Chris Langeveld to take. First victory of the evening. Will it be more than one? I wouldn't count against it. You see what drive Nate has pulled it off on the side to let everybody past him. Chris Haneke, second position, but it is Chris Langeveld. One corner, in the last corner. Chris Langeveld takes victory at the Nürburgring. Chris Haneke will get second, Gus third position to complete the podium. Bastian Spitzner continues his drifting antics in fourth position. All-wheel drive Nate will get 19th. Wesley Ferrand in fifth. Got it closely by Claessens, but Ferrand is going to win that battle. Ottens will get 6th, Tim Smith 8th, Akmige 9th, Nazim Edwards will complete the top 10, Chase Quinty 11th, Conan for the Vake in 12th, Edwin Governor in 13th, Peter Geldernes in 15th, Osman Philly in 16th, Stefan Sparks will get 17th, Sean Layton and Baby will get 18th after running right at the front, it must be said. But obviously had a bit of an incident. He's dropped down to 18th. Expect him to come back strong in race 2. Some burnouts happening here. Celebrating the great race we just had. The first of 4 races that don't go away. We're moving to the reverse grid start of race 2 shortly. About 20 seconds away from the formation lap for race 2. It is Tim Smith starting from pole position, Ryan Knightons from second, Quinton Claessens, or I think Claessens anyway, from third, Wesley Ferrand from fourth, Bastian Spitzner from fifth position, and Gus from sixth, Chris Heineke seventh. Of course, our race winner from race 1, Chris Langefeld, will start from 8th position. Tim Smith leads the field for this, pacing the field for the formation lap, looking to bunch the field up. Everybody trying to warm up their brakes and tires as much as they can while not exceeding around about 100 kilometers an hour, which is pretty easy to do in these racing machines. Of course, the race 2 of each set is always interesting with the reverse grid of the top 8. Great action here at the Nürburgring. It is nose to tail right through the whole field. But is Tim Smith currently leading the way with about a second gap back to Claessens. Everyone keeping it very disciplined so far. And myself as a commentator can't even curse the action. So we keep going. Oh, there's a late dive there by Sparks. He wants that 8th position and he's got it. Can he maintain the drive? Chris Haneke is running side by side with him down the main straight we go. Of course, if you're watching this action, you're very welcome to join the racing. Visit simracesa.co.za, register on our forum, and have a look at the open racing events section. Put your name down for an event of your choice, and I'll get back to you with a private message on the forum containing the survey entry details. And yeah, this racing is for the newcomers to Sim Race South Africa. There's a lot of new talent being shown here. And I'm hoping to seeing everybody racing in this race join the new season starting in September. All the announcements regarding the new season will be made early next week. And then everything can be found out there as to how you can join and what you need to have. Of course, you're running Assetto Corsa. This is our sim of choice. The PC version, which is currently on sale actually this evening for a steal. I think for about 450 Rand you can buy the game and all the add-on packs all together. So if you haven't got the sim yet, now is the time to get it. It's never been so cheap. Oh, we've got some drifting actually. Ottens, oh, it spins into the pit lane. Manages to keep it out of the traffic, so great sort of save there by Ottens. We're now watching the battle of Peter Geldenes in 13th. Just looking at Conrad van Wyk in front of him and Nazim Edwards. Braking for turn, and we go. Look, opting for the outside line isn't quite work for him. He's looking to cut in if he can. But he's side by side with Conrad van Wyk. Yeah, Omar Khan in the Facebook chat, guys. He's looking for a steering wheel. Who can help Omar out? I know he's looking for a good sort of used wheel. So if anybody watching this has got a sim racing wheel and pedal set they'd like to sell, or Omar Khan is your man. There he is in the Facebook live chat. Message him. He's looking for a wheel and desperate to get involved in the action. Still very tight here. Race 2, we're going to go look at the battle for second position. As the Gus Spitzner battle is ever evolving. This, of course, race 2 of 4 this evening. This is the 8 p.m. service slot you're watching now. There will be a 9 p.m. service slot. So if you're watching this and you've got Assetto Corsa and the Dream Pack 1 add-on pack, you can join this race if you send me a message on the forum. I'll try and get back to you if I can. Whoa! Huge outside was actually by Spitzner. He carries on his drifting action from race 1. But and what's happened to man who was leading this race, Tim Smith? He's fallen back to 5th position. I've missed out as to what happened there. But now under pressure from Gus. So if you somebody watching this has never seen this before and you're wondering what on earth is going on, basically we're hosting an online race. We have a server where everybody sort of joins in a race, from their homes, and they use a simulator steering wheel and pedal set, and they're controlling these vehicles. And their inputs are sent through the internet to our server, and this is what you're watching. So everybody's literally racing against each other. Sim racing is turned into quite a serious thing at the moment, with Formula 1 announcing their first ever Formula 1 Esports World Championship, which we're all watching with bated breath as to see how that's going to develop. And it's a huge announcement for sim racing as an esport, and I'm ecstatic about it. I think it's going to do wonders for what we love, and hopefully make sim racing a valid esport going forward. We know the strategy and the first-person shooters are raking in huge prize money at the moment, and we want to see the same for sim racing. That was an announcement that's put things in the right direction, in my opinion. Of course, we've got the McLaren Formula 1 team World Fastest Gamer competition happening at the moment, where the winner of the sim racing competition could in fact earn a job as a simulator driver for the real-world McLaren Formula 1 team. Imagine that. And of course we had the Formula E Vegas E-Race, which with a prize money pool of, I think it was something crazy, like $1 million or something, where the winner walked away with over $250,000 US. So anyway, back to the action at hand. Bastian Spitz in second position. He's trying to chase out Claessens, but he's got Gus who's not letting him get away. And in turn is Chris Langenfeldt, the winner from race 1. He wants another victory. In 4th position he is at the moment. It's frantic stuff that's gone on board with Chris Langenfeldt. Everyone running wide. They are allowed to do so. Everybody keeping it very tight in front of him. But yeah, Claess is not quite able to get away at the front. He's trying. As we see Gus have a sneaky look up the outside and braking for the chicane. Not quite happening for him though. Oh, Gus trying to just make his presence known. He's got the inside line for turn 1, has he? No, he hasn't quite got his, probably looking for the stream effect. Yes, no, yes, looking for the outside line to turn 1. Interesting. I think Claessens has been a bit slower at that last corner. She had late lunge here by Spitzner. Oh, should they gonna make contact? No, they haven't. Wow, keeping it very tight. 3 wide into turn 2. Exciting stuff as Langenfeldt's watching on with keen interest there in 4th position. He'll want these 3 guys to come together if they can, so he can run away for the victory. Oh, contact there. Oh, I think who was that in the orange car that have moved across, unfortunately? Was that Claessens? I think it might have been Claessens that sort of moved across on I think it was Spitzner, turning him around. But anyway, Gus is leading this race, and Chris Langenfeldt in second is now sort of, he's probably thinking of a race victory here if he can do it. He's got 3 laps remaining. Yeah, Marcus, the racing is looking good, man. We're missing him this evening. Hope to see you back up to action as soon as possible. Teaching these guys a thing or two. Chris Langenfeldt playing for the lead of this race, and he's got him around the outside of the NGK chicane. Wow, that's quite something to behold. That doesn't often get pulled off. Langenfeldt leading this race and on path to victory, his 2nd race victory of the evening. Tim Smith, 3rd position. Tim was leading this race, so let's see if he can fight his way back. Gastos looking very strong in 2nd. Absolutely nothing between these guys in this race. There's not even a second separating each car down the field, so very tight at the moment. I think this is the stage where everybody sort of gets used to the car and race conditions and the drivers around them, and they're sort of making less mistakes and be a whole lot more consistent. Jesse Ferrand now up into 5th position. Claessen's down to 6th after that incident with Spitzner, as we see a late lunge here. Oh, Claessen moves across again on Chris Heineke. So I think Claessen's just got to sort of respect that when there's a car next to you, you can't just turn in like that. You've got to respect that the other car is there. We sort of have a rule that if a car is sort of halfway alongside of you, you've got to respect that they can't just vanish, and you need to sort of accommodate them through the corner. So it's the 2nd time we've seen that with Claessen's. But of course, Claessen's new to the actions, only his 2nd ever round with us, race evening with us. So you should expect things like that to happen. As Edwards, 9th position. I think he was in 10th, so he's moved up a position. Spitzen up and after going down to 8th, it's down to 1st. See what's happening. Let's go battle hunting for 3rd position. That looks interesting. And Smith now under pressure from Andre Sparks. Sparks suddenly up to pace. Just struggled for pace in race 1, but he's right there in 4th. He's gone to 3rd now. So here comes Sparks. Sparks has sort of found his feet in this car. Sparks very strong in the South African Sim GT series, our Pro series. Normally races the BMW Z4 GT3. Sort of familiar with the BMW racing cars. But up into 3rd and sort of looking to go after Gus in 2nd position. Gus is not exactly letting Chris Langenfeld get away here. Not even a second separating them, but it is just about a lap and a half remaining. So can Gus prevent Chris Langenfeld taking his 2nd victory of the evening? Good evening, Kevin. Look at the battle for 6th position. The classes now coming under pressure from Gunther. Carson's run wide. Must enable Gunther with a good run now. Can he do it? No, he can't quite do it. Oh, late lunge by Gunther up the inside. Whoa, that was really aggressive. Oh, he spun around. It's Gunther. So that late lunge sort of really backfired for him. Around he goes, he drops around 3 positions or so. But yeah, Clarkson still under pressure. Severe understeer there. That will allow Spitzen to get through. Clarkson's trying to squeeze him, but Bastian Spitzen's through to 6th already. And here comes Nazim Edwards in the yellow car. And the braking, we go for Injika chicane. Up the inside goes Edwards, and 3 goes. What a move there by Edwards. Passes now under pressure from Peter Geldenes as our race leader started the final lap of this race. In fact, he's actually won this race. So Chris Langenfeld takes victory of race 2. Gus gets 2nd. Tim Smith in 3rd position. Sparks 4th. Varun 5th. Edwards 6th. Piston 7th. Peter Geldenes 8th position. Carson's 9th. Chase Gunther, we complete the top 10. Kunrad van Beek 11th. Adrian Government at 12th. Chris Haneke. And what is that? 13th. Mark McGinn 14th. Osman Philippe 15th. Shiraz Zada 16th. All-wheel drive man 17th. Further back, Stefan Sparks brings up the field in the 18th position. So don't go away. We're going to have a short break and then we'll get the 9 p.m. server stream up. Yeah, I look forward to the next for race 3 and race 4. Quali 2, of course, coming up first. We'll see you in around 5 minutes or so. And we're back here at the Nürburgring for race 3 of the open racing event, the BMW M235i racing open race, of course. And yeah, we've got some new names here on the list. We've joined in for the just after 9 p.m. service slot. Some new names for this evening: Yazine Ismail, Run for Mark, Keegan Payne, Gerald Smith, Keegan Klein, Cactus, Dan Lopesha, Evan McEwen. I can't even say that, Evan. But I'll practice for next time, that's for sure. Ryan Britton in 12th. Wesley Front 13th. Clarsons rejoins for more action. Osman Philly, of course, was in the first 2 races. Leandre and Conrad as well. So, but some different names there for the service slot this evening. Great to see. Solid 30 driver turnout for this evening. It's great to watch. Let's see, of course. We continue building some race. South Africa. 2 minutes remaining of this final practice session before race 3. And of course, we'll have our 10-minute quali session. What's up, Kat? Welcome to everybody in the YouTube chat as well, of course, Facebook live chat as well. Got 2 streams running this evening. So at the moment, is Peter Holden-Jones is the fastest man with a 34.8. Yeah, I think he actually was trying to do a burnout. I'm wondering how these cars have traction control or not. Could be. Renting is fun. We're about a minute away to get this final qualifying session underway. 10-minute session. And yeah, I'm not sure if Chris Langepart has joined for this session as well. Let's have a quick look. No, I don't think he has, so we might actually have another race winner for this round, this race. Yeah, qualifying is now underway. Let's see who was first out the blocks, and it was Gerald Smith, in fact, who got the jump on it on everyone to leave the pits first. Yeah, thanks Sean for joining us this evening. You're very welcome, man. Yeah, you need to sort of work at it, and yeah, sim racing is something that takes a lot of practice, and as long as you're consistent, your pace will come later. But yeah, no, I think you had a good run on your first outing with us. You can only improve. Keegan Payne, I think this is his first ever race with us at Sim Race South Africa. And he's looking to hustle Gerald there to be the man in the front of the entire field in qualifying. So the guy's not waiting till the start of the race. I want to get going straight away in qualifying. So Keegan has sort of put a move on Gerald into turn one, and off he goes. Keegan's actually looking incredibly fast here. Keegan Payne, as he gets a bit sideways out of turn two. He does well to collect it, of course. Keegan Payne will be the first driver to put a flying lap on the board. Let's see what he can do. We saw the guys to the 34s as he gets it all wrong. There's a bit of farming, and Badri joins. Don't expect a 34 from Keegan Payne. Possibly from Yazin Ismail, who's looking pretty quick at the moment. Here he is now in the white car with sort of black and red accents. So he's going to have the quickest, the first flying lap sort of. Yazin Ismail will cross the line and he will do a 36.4. Box straight away. To pole 35.5. Looking a bit better as we near sort of close down the 34 bracket. Carsten's now with 35.399. Provisional pole position for him. Ismail was up 2/10, but he's sort of lost time now. Keegan Payne up 2/10 on his best delta time. Who else is quick? Shan Lopsha is half a second up on his time. It's a slightly wrong under braking, unfortunately. But now sort of up here, almost a second, his best delta time. Let's see where Shan Lopesha ends up currently in 13th position. We're moving to the top 10. If he can maintain this momentum he's found. Everybody will notice that Chris Langeveld is now not in the field, so they got a shot of victory. So they're really going for it. Shane Lopesha now with a second up, and he will go to 12th position only. Let's see how quick Sparks is going. No, he's gone off the circuit. Where's he front now? 3/10 up on his best all the time. And this will not get him pole position unless he comes with some sort of magic movement through the Indica chicane. Pretty fast there, must be said. Yeah, his delta time's dropping like crazy. Now, see, yeah, almost a second up in his delta time. Surely this will give him pole position. Yes, it will, surely. Wesley front goes fastest with almost a 35 dead. A great lap there from Wesley. Just 4 minutes remaining of this 1 minute to the 35-minute long track, so nothing in it. So two or three laps remaining, depending on where you are on the circuit. But front looking to go quick again a 10th quick on his delta time. Who else is looking fast? Let's just go have a look. Nazim Edwards, sort of a 10th up, but just put it further down. Who else is fast? Oh, we got Gerald Smith up on by a second, but he's right down in 16th position, so you won't be worrying the front runners at this stage. No, nothing is happening. Osman Philly up 4/10 on his best delta. I'm currently in 8th position. Now half a second up, so ever improving. Larsens will not go fast. I think in fact this is an outlap. See what he can do. We're going to go on board with him and see how he does. Almost dead even on his best delta time through there. He's looking for a good drive now if he can get it. He's got it. Let's see the green performance delta measurement on the bottom sort of center right. The delta estimate is sort of measuring exactly where you were compared to your best lap. Sort of down now by just a 10th of a second. You can see the numbers turning to red. It's not quite working out here for Claessens. I think he's trying a number of different things to see what he can. Oh, it's runs wide. Unfortunately, had to get out the throttle, and then unfortunately, it's compromised his momentum. Let's see someone pulling off to the side in front of him. It's maybe would have sort of put him off for the entry to this corner. Interesting to see Chris Heineke deciding not to do qualifying, so he will start from the back of the field. That'll be exciting to watch, I'm sure. Just a minute and a half remaining now for qualifying. Peter Holden-Jones is now slotted himself into second position. Great lap there from Peter in the blue 2 series. Well, down to third as Nazim Edwards with a 35.086. Just 1/1000th of a second behind the man in provisional pole position. So a cracking lap there by Nazim Edwards. Absolutely nothing in it. So Edwards clearly has found something in himself or the car that sees him right up there. everybody on a control tire for this race, everybody on the medium tire. There's a hard tire option for this car, but it has been taken away. They put everybody on a similar footing. Then Ismail now up into third position. Let's see, Peter Kallner's got it absolutely all wrong out of turn 2, I think that was. Bit of a tricky off-camber corner that is, and sort of can catch out drivers. Oh, and who's left the server? Somebody, Wesley Dalport has in fact left the server, unfortunately. But yeah, that is qualifying 2 all over and done with, I think it is. I think that is Wesley Ferrant on pole position by just 1/1000th of a second in front of Nazim Edwards. So I expect a cracking fight between those two guys. Let's see who's got the race pace and the race craft, that is. But about 50 seconds away from the start of the formation lap for race 3. And this race will produce a new winner for this evening. Is our winner of both race 1 and 2. Slangerfeld will not be racing in this race. I don't think he will be, in fact. No, he won't be. About the 20-second board has gone up now. Somebody hooting. That's hilarious. Ten seconds to go before the start of the formation up. And I'll have to get my 2 cars off the grid before I cause a crazy accident. Unfortunately, Evian hasn't quite understood that formation lap, but he's finally realized what he's done and has dropped back into position, thank goodness. It's something that catches up the new drivers, of course, and it's just something that we brought into South Africa just to clean up the racing a bit. No point in having cars entering corners five wide, causing big accidents at the start. So we brought in a single file rolling start just to calm everything down a bit and give the guys a chance to get their eye in and enjoy some good racing. So of course it is Front who's leading the field, bunching them up for the start of this race. He will lead them to the NGK chicane, not corner. Interesting, making up new names. They must be really tired. Anyway, where's in front? Here he comes, the number 2 car. We'll be watching that man behind him, Nazim Edwards, who we are qualified by 1/1000th of a second. So watch Edwards in this race, I think. Wesley can give flat out now and off he goes. A good start there by Wesley Front. He's managed to hold off Edwards for now, that is, but it is under severe pressure from Yazine Ismail. Oh, side by side actually. Holden-Jones under pressure from Claessens. Claessens goes inside on late braking. And a bit of damage there for Claessens already in the formation lap. Box in 5th position, looking strong. It is Ferrant has had a good start. We'll be looking, oh, it's run seriously while they'll be compromising his exit now. And here comes Edwards. Oh, late braking there by Sparks. He will take 4th position away from a sideways Claessens. So great move there by Sparks. Leandre meaning business. Possibly adding towards his charge to the front. But Sparks running wide, pushing very hard indeed. Ismail 3rd. Edwards is challenging Wesley Front for the lead of this race. Look at that. Very late in the brakes as Front gets some air on the left side of the car. Edwards does the same with the right side of the car. Around the last corner we go to start, or to end lap 2 and start lap 3. There goes Sparks. Is challenging Ismail for 3rd position. Billy's going to have him. He doesn't. Ismail so late in the brakes, and Sparks has to get out of any kind of move to avoid any contact. Claessens has got Helnes, who's dips a tire into the dirt. Very close racing here. Frantic Razor down in 7th. Husband Flee in 8th. Keegan Klein 9th position. There's run from Mark's challenging for him for that position. He's got him. So for Mark, he's up into 9th position. Klein down to 10th. Kitek. He's a newcomer. I think it's his first ever race with us. He's in 11th position. Britain in 12th. Chris Heineken 13th. Conrad from Vake in 14th. Evian McKeown 15th. Dan Labsha in 16th. Cactus in 17th. Stephen Sparks in 18th. Gerald Smith in 19th. Egan Paint in 20th position. Let's go back to our race leaders. Oh, it's very tight to the final corner. Ismail's got Keldenes. All of them make contact. Keldenes is going to wait for him too. But he feels that he made that contact. You can see Ismail in the background trying to get going again, unfortunately. He does well not to make contact with anybody, so good stuff there by Yassine. Oh, unfortunately, I think that was... well, somebody drove into him, unfortunately. On board now with Stefan Sparks. We're going to have a look at our race leaders because it's got very close and personal. It's Ferrand now. We're moving up from Sparks. Sparks has got him. Sparks is now leading this race. We see someone totally missed their braking spot and into the wall they go. But Ferrand now is down to second. And it's all going all this man's way at the moment. Leandro Sparks leading this race 3 or 4 for the evening. But running wide like that won't do him any good. On board now with Ferrand. Oh, and Sparks has run wide, but he's actually got a better exit that way. The interesting line being used there by Leandro. Sort of going, sort of making the apex a bit later, as it were. Running wide and then cutting in, getting a better drive onto the main straight. I think Wesley would have seen that and possibly would open up a gap for him to make a move later on if he can get closer to Leandro, that is. Because Hanek up into 8th position from starting at the back of the field. Hanek enjoying himself here at the Nürburgring. High-Tech in 10th position's got Keegan Klein and Ryan Burton for company. Evian's got Stefan right with him. Down to the Engica chicane we go. Big fight between Caldenis and Lopesha in the background as well. Oh, sideways for Evian as well to keep control of it. But Stefan's got a run here on Evian. Stefan a bit better on the brakes. He's got him. Can he even do anything about him? No, he can't. Stefan will have the better line for the next corner. Good move there by Stefan. Solid overtaking maneuver. And now Evan has got Peter Caldenis challenging him. Oh, Peter's outbraked himself, unfortunately. Can Shan do anything? Sort of take advantage of that? No, he can't. Battle for second, he is now heading up between Ferrand and Edwards. On board with Nazim Edwards. Right, getting a bit wrong out of that last corner. He does the same thing. Surely Edwards going to have a look up there. Gives him a slight tap. Does he? Not quite sure to make contact there, but the front got it all sideways. Collects it again. Edwards will have to get back to the drawing board. He's trying to work out what he's going to do about Ferrand. We've got about 5 laps remaining. Have a look and see what's happening in 14th position. It's very tight here. Oh, and Holden has the move up the inside. No, hasn't got that move done. EBN defends well. But someone with a bit of lag at the moment. I think it's ruined for Mark. Struggling with lag. Yes, he is. Unfortunately, it's lag for you. Part of sim racing, unfortunately. But he's pulled off to the side. So good man, Ron, for noticing what's happening with your ping rate. Can happen to anybody, any one of us. And doing the honourable thing without ruining anyone else's race. That's what we like to see. You just think, oh, he's had a pileup. We've had a pileup. Kiting's driven into somebody else. Keegan Payne's involved, it looks like. Brian Britton too. So it's all kicking off here. And have a look. See what's happening for position 2. Suddenly Leandro Sparks on the way to putting his name on the victory board for this evening. There's 2 wins for Chris Langerfeldt, and it could be Leandro Sparks who lays claim to the 3rd victory. Edwards got a run on for Rant. Looks up the inside, that makes slight contact. But acceptable contact. Has he got him? No, he hasn't. On the outside he goes, no. He's got him up the inside. So Edwards is up into 2nd position with a move there on for Rant. Can Edwards take the fight to Sparks? He's got 3 laps remaining. Anything can happen, of course. Let's keep pushing, keep going. This fight for 6th is hotting up like crazy. Osman Feliz got Heineke and Van Wyk for company. The move here by Heineke on Feliz, got him. No, Chris Heineke continues his charge to the front after starting right at the back of field. 22nd, he's up into 6th position now. Yeah, Osman Feliz still wants a bit of this piece of the action. He's looking for a move up the inside. Has he got him? No, he isn't. But Van Wyk looking for the outside line. No. Inside, outside. So what's happening for 12th position? There we go. Very tight here between these 3 guys. Keegan Payne needs the way. He's got Britton and Sparks behind him. Stefan Sparks this time. The other Sparks is leading this race. Oh, and Keegan Payne's run wide. Sure, it's going to allow Ryan Britton through. Yes, it is. So Britton is up into 11th position. Payne with the move up the inside. Made a better run of this corner though, will he? Very wayward Ryan Britton there. Payne late on the brakes. Conrad van Wyk has got past Aston Kelly for 7th position. Watching this, you want to get involved in the racing at SimRace South Africa, you're welcome to visit our website at simracesa.co.za, register on the forum, have a look at the open racing event section on the forum, or have a look at our race calendar, you'll see it there. Yeah, put your name down for an event of your choice, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible with the server entry details. Yeah, come and join us. This is our entry level type of racing. Sort of the racing before the guys get into the Pro Series qualifiers and the Pro Series. Our Pro Series is the South African Sim GD Series, the GD3 series, with the various different manufacturers involved, of course. And yeah, you sort of need to qualify for each Pro Series round, and you do that by achieving specific results in the qualifying championship races leading up to the sort of the Pro Series round in that set, basically. So you don't per se qualify for the next season, you qualify per round. There's always a chance to qualify for each round of the Pro Series. But is Leandro Sparks has got half a lap remaining to take victory of race 3. Unless he makes some sort of an error, I think he's pretty much got this one sewn up. Zim Edwards will get a solid second position finish. So one more corner remaining. And Leandro Sparks will take victory here at the Nürburgring. Edwards will get second. Where's the front third? Dada in a strong 4th position. Wow, look at that. Great stuff there for Dada. 5th position for Klaassen. So he's looking to try to put a move on Dada if he can. Dada goes right wide. Chris Heineke will get 6th again off solely the back of the field. And how impressive is that? Koenraad van Beek 7th. Husband for the 8th position. Peter Geldenhuys will come home in 9th position. Keegan Klein will complete the top 10. Here comes Keegan Payne. So we have 2 Keegans in this race, but Keegan Payne will come in 11th. Stefan Sparks will get a solid 12th position result, so always improving is Stefan Sparks. Vivian McKeown will get 13th. Ryan Britton 14th. This has got Yazin Ismail all over him. We see maybe from Ismail, or is that just hit the brakes into not running to the back of Shan Nobsha? Oh, it's going to be a drag to the line, and Ismail's going to get him. Ismail will get 16th position, I think it is. Will he? 17th, I beg your pardon. Well, that concludes race 3 of 4. So still one more race to go. Reverse grid start of the top 8. So we should see Koenraad van Beek starting from pole position, I think it is. Man who's finished at 8th position. Omar, traction control is allowed in our racing. Stability is not allowed, no. So traction control and ABS will normally allow in the settings, yeah, but stability not, no. That will be Osman Fali starting from pole position for race 4. So let's see if Osman Fali can pull off a comeback win here after an extended break of around 6 or 7 months or so. Osman Verlier started this race, but he's just got the jump on Conrad van Wyk. But a great battle between those two guys in the front. Chris Heineck, of course, they're in third position. We may see a victory of Chris Heineck. Let's see what happens. Conrad van Wyk has gone to the front. He's in first position. So that change didn't quite see, unfortunately. Starting with the Facebook live stream, unfortunately. Claessen's now to fourth position, trying to challenge Osman Verlier in third. Heineck in second, Osman Verlier down to third, Sparks in fourth. Sparks, of course, our race winner from race 3. Mercy Brunt in sixth position. Sparks now with a run up the inside of Verlier. Will he have him? Who's going to be the latest car on the brakes? Whoa, who's that? Claessen has lost it. He's going to just miss the wall, but he's going to run. And Zim Edwards wide. Everybody doing very well to avoid contact. Watch. Osman Verlier now sort of pump drafting Leandro Sparks on the Mercedes. In fact, Sparks has got Verlier. Sparks into third, but Verlier is fighting back. Very close indeed. They're right down the field. Sparks now finally got that move done on Verlier. It's been happening for the last 4 or 5 corners. We see a move here by Wesley Ferrand. Oh, and let's see, Osman Verlier just lost control slightly and run into Ferrand. The racing incident, I would say. Edwards doing a bit of farming, there's a bit of traction. Claessen's in 5th, Osman Verlier in 4th. And Chris Heineck is going after our race leader Conrad van Wyk. I'll call Heineck for the victory. I'll claim that. Let's see how he goes. Let's see if Conrad can hold him off. He's got 8 laps to do it. And Verlier is under severe pressure from Claessen's. Got a Egan Klein fan, I think, in the YouTube chat. Run for Mark, go Keegan. He's doing very well, top 10 at the moment. Oh, side-by-side action down the middle. Should we go with front on Edwards? These two carry on their fantastic battle from race 3. Both of them, both Keegans. Yeah, run. Oh boy, understood. Yeah, one Keegan's doing. He's in 8th position. He's leading Stefan Sparks. Ah, right. I don't think a ping. I don't know. I didn't see your ping, but I don't think it was too bad. I just saw the 1 or 2 sparks that happened. You did. Thanks for pulling off to the side, man. I appreciate that. That's great that you did that. No, it's not your fault, but sometimes it happens. What line are you running, Rowan? Is it LTE or ADSL or what? Yeah, LTE is normally okay for this type of thing. It's not ideal. I still think ADSL or fiber is probably what you want to have, but I mean, LTE, there's a couple of guys that raise LTE, it normally is okay. Yeah, but 3000 obviously is too high. I mean, yeah, it should really be below 100. Some guys have a ping rate of 4. Normally have ping rates between sort of 3-4 to 100, 120 or so. Okay, so it was just this race. Oh, maybe it just happens. I mean, I sometimes have a spark with a 50 meg line, so there we go. Yeah, it's just part of it. Sometimes it happens. So Chris Heineke is now starting to challenge Konrad van Wyk for the victory of race 3. Look at this. It's beautiful. Give us a good race, guys. Got 6 laps remaining. Let's close out this evening with a fantastic battle. Yeah, cool, Rowan, man. You should look at joining the season next season. And then release some details early next week as to what's going to be what. Alec extremely late on the brakes. Great line through turn 1. Good drive. Matches Van Wyk through that. I apologize to our Facebook Live viewers. Unfortunately, our stream that side has gone down. I think Facebook Live's been acting up this evening for some reason. But obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube Live, you figured out how to find the YouTube link. Chris Heineke has gone to the front of this race. I missed that. I was just checking something else quickly. Heineke is leading this one, so yeah, I did call it, so I'm going to claim it. See, you know what's going on. So, Vake in second. Heineke says you're pulling out a gap already. I'm not quite sure what happened there, so if somebody saw on the YouTube chat, you can tell me what happened. Maybe when Vake went wide into the final corner, I don't know. You could know more than me. Andrew Sparks in third position. Parsons in fourth. Wesley Ferrant in fifth position. Nazim Edwards in sixth. He went off. Thanks, Ryan. Judging by the gap, I thought that he might have gone off. Stephen Sparks seventh. Keegan Payne in eighth position. There's your man, Ryan. One of them, anyway. Let's go on the outside. Yeah, it's not happening. Right. Oh, they made contact. I think Keegan Payne did very well to actually avoid Stephen Sparks. I think Sparks was off before he got there. Sparks will be trying to avoid any more contact if he can. So yeah, a bit of action there to round up the evening. So Payne is up into seventh position as he almost makes things more difficult for himself, but does well to avoid the wall at the chicane. Edward, sixth position. My commentator is in 16th. That's me, by the way. See how good I am. I'm commentating, I'm racing. No, I'm joking. So, Claasen's fourth, Sparks third, and Bake second, Heineken first. Klein is now taking it to Valley. He wants that 8th position. So it's going to go on board with Keegan Klein. That didn't be mistaken with Calvin Klein. And Klein. Do it, Keegan. Not like that. Oh, very late on the brakes. Drifted in. A bit too late on the apex. Clips that one. Okay, but he's caught up ground to Osman Valley. That's going to be going wide line from Valley there. It's going to give Valley a better drive onto the back straight. Not let lost there for Keegan Klein. Keegan hooting at Osman down the main straight. That's hilarious. Okay, he's got the better drive. No, Osman's got better through there, unfortunately. No, unfortunately, I think Keegan Klein's losing this battle to Osman. But Keegan doing well. All he can do is improve from now. So, looking forward to seeing how he develops as we go. Seven Sparks says rejoin the 7. I'm sure you better disconnect or something like that next time. Keegan Payne in 7th position. Nazim Edwards in 6th. Yusuf Brunt in 5th. Carson's 4th. But all going this man's way. Chris Heineke is on path to take victory or race 4. Joining to join Chris Langeveld and Leandro Sparks as the other victors for this evening. Of course, Chris Langeveld winning outright with 2 victories for this evening. 12th position sees these two very close together, Cactus and Gerald Smith. Cactus a bit too quick on his inputs to the steering wheel. There you can see the slip angle being broken and affecting the car. Some sideways actions. I like it, guys. Some tandem drifting. I like it, guys. Gonna make you slow, but it looks cool. The race leader Chris Heineke has started the final lap of the race. These two go side by side. Oh, they make contact. Oh. Conrad from Vex, right? He's the second 1.8 seconds behind him, so not far to go. But yeah, I mean, it's the last lap of the race, so. But yeah, anything can happen. A quick look to see what's happening for 4th position. Very tight there. Glasson's leading front. These two can't get enough of each other this evening. Glasson's front trying to work that right rear corner. Oh, I got a huge accent in the background there. I'm not quite sure who that was. Chris Heineke will take victory at race 4. He was stoked about that. Conrad from second. Leandre Sparks a completely podium. Parsons in 4th. Ferrant in 5th position. Very close between those two guys. Edwards will get 6th position. Keegan Payne will get 7th. Willie, you're slowing down for some reason. Why are you slowing down, Keegan? Have you run out of fuel? Here comes oh, the Keegans are going to finish together. Rowan, are you watching this? Your boys are together and united. I think they're going to go towards the end of each other. Oh, what's up with Japan? I'm not gone blind. Ah, we're going side by side, yeah. Two Keegans together across the line, photo shoot opportunity. Smith will get Osman Philly 9th, Sparks the 10th is in Ismail, and 11th Gerald Smith. Shan Lopes will get 12th, and Cactus will get 13th position. Yeah, so great result there for Chris Heineke. Good victory for him. His driving's been improving this season. Yeah, that concludes this evening's racing. Well, from me, Jason Holden-Jones, thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. And yeah, if you're watching this, visit our website at simracesa.co.za. Visit, sort of have a look at our forums and register on it and put your name down for an open race event. It's a lot of fun and a good way to get sim racing. Well, until on Monday evening, we will be live streaming the South African Sim GD series, the final round of the season. So stay tuned for that, happening on Monday evening from around 8:30. Well, until then, yes for now. Goodbye.